Welcome to Watch and Complain, episode 132, where we're talking about Stranger Things, the full season. Isn't it season 4? Did you watch it all?
I did. I enjoyed it for the most part. There were things about it that I did not enjoy, I think like everybody. I'm starting to believe that the Duffer Brothers are a one-hit wonder. Though I can't say that I know a lot of the other stuff the Duffer Brothers have done, but this story and the characters and I should have my zapper. I'd zap that fly. It feels like it's going in circles, and they're not killing off people when they should be, which makes me think that. Makes me hope. I shouldn't say makes me think. Makes me hope that for season 5, we're going to get some serious deaths, which we should get. We should have had them in season 4. But all in all, it was pretty good. How did you feel about Stranger Things season 4, part 2?
We've spoken enough about one of the characters in our previous episode.
Which one?
I should get his name. Go watch our last episode.
No, don't, because then we're just going to get canceled.
Yeah, well, we said nothing wrong. We're waiting on the comments as we speak. I think that it went well. I enjoyed this season. Yes, I was expecting them to kill more people.
Yeah.
And they killed the one person that they should have kept.
They should have kept, yep.
Like, maybe they didn't think
what they should have done
was going to be so popular.
Is killed off Will's brother, and then Eddie would take the place of Will's brother.
Yeah, if you're watching and haven't watched yet and plan to, come back.
Fucking watched it
when you're done.
But I enjoy the show, especially
kill Will, kill his brother.
See, I think Will's got to survive because
he's gay.
He explained it. No, he explained it great. That Mike is like the heart that holds them together, and So he's basically describing all the characters of the show and what they represent. I'm like, that's good. That all makes sense. Those 4 key characters, they should stay. It's the other people that have come on that you're like, aw, that you hate to watch die out. You kill off Steve. As much as I want to see Steve survive forever, you kill him off because he's a favorite.
Steve is a fan favorite.
You got to kill him. You know, and it should go where the story dictates it goes, not where the audience dictates it goes. We've seen so many shows that make that mistake where just because the audience loves a character, that starts influencing the writing. That's what happened to Star Wars.
It's already happened.
But you know what I mean? Like that's what like a show like Better Call Saul or Breaking Bad or Succession or these shows that I feel begin with the end in mind. That doesn't happen to them. They know we're killing this guy off. You know, we're killing this girl off, type of thing. This show, I feel like it felt like it was going in the direction. Okay. 11's gotta buy the farm. She's gotta die.
No,
she's got. I was like, she has to die.
Max was the obvious.
I thought this was the last season too. I didn't realize they were doing a season 5. So I was like, 11's gotta die. That's how the show gets its catharsis. That's how the show gets its payback. That we've suffered so much, and in our final battle, she was the one that saved us, and she died for it.
Yeah,
right?
That makes sense.
That's what should happen. That's what should happen in season 5. So I was expecting that here. So I was a little kind of underwhelmed by the ending, and the majority of the show I really enjoyed. It has trouble being original. The show it feels like it's kind of doing the same story over again. Like when Vecna goes and he sees the big mind flayer, the big spider thing, and I'm like,
well, that's just to wrap it around to the last season,
right? And to me, that kind of felt like an afterthought. Like they're like, shit, how do we tie this guy to the whole story? Just say that he's the one that came up with this.
Here's a question for you. They see the portion of the mind flare in Russia. Right? It's Russia, right? And
no, that's the Demigorgon in Russia.
No, but they had in one of the pods, the mind flare.
I'm sorry.
Was
yep.
Small version or something, or a piece of it.
No, weren't those the devil dogs?
No, there was an actual cloud thing, and then they come back to it and say that it went into the devil dogs or the mind flayer, whatever. But then they kill them, not the mind flayer, the others. But you don't see the mind flare come out of it or anything.
No,
they didn't go anywhere with it.
Yeah. Again, it felt like they had to create something for like
side characters.
Hopper, the side characters, and they were like, we kind of forgot about a lot of this shit, and that's what makes me think that these Duffer Brothers, they're kind of out of ideas for this story, and now I
think they're surprised that their show got renewed even more.
Yeah, and maybe they're like, Jesus Christ, we weren't planning on going this long for it.
Yeah,
but
Netflix, never know.
Now the new thing is that they're like, well, it's going to be a while before we get to the next season. I'm like, don't hang people on that. That's a real dickhead move.
They're also talking about spin-off.
Right? And spin-offs.
Unless it's with what's his face that died.
Eddie.
I could see that being the case. But it's like, what do you do?
A good... And again, if you begin with the end in mind, and I know Stephen Covey fans out there know what I'm talking about. If you begin with where you want to arrive, it makes your story, in my opinion, it makes your story so much more interesting to watch, knowing that they arrive at this spot.
That's what the Lost guys kept saying.
Yeah.
And then it turned out it wasn't the case at all.
They were full of shit completely.
They're like, it's working. Let's keep going. Yeah. And we'll just write some mystery stuff that we'll never answer.
That doesn't make any sense. What about the numbers? Oh, I don't know. Seat numbers.
We'll figure it. They're now in this turning thing.
I was having fun.
Hot air balloon.
I was having fun with a lot of it, but the part where I had a ball. I was like, okay, I'm really having fun. Was fucking Eddie climbing on top of the that trailer and doing Master of Puppets. I was like, this is so cool.
It was cool, but it was like useless.
It was total. It was like total. Look at how fucking badass this guy is. But
Rob,
I had a ball.
But Phil, it was the distraction to help. You didn't need it.
No, but it was a lot of fun to watch.
It was a character.
All the shit with
thing,
11, like that whole part with 11 where she comes out of the thing and there's the helicopter. She's over the helicopter and then she does the Chris Pratt thing of throwing her hand out and screaming at it. You're like, I know how this ends. I know she gets away.
She has the Force. We know.
I'm so bored of watching scenes like that. They're so fucking boring because where it goes.
You've seen it enough in your favorite stuff.
But fucking Eddie rocking out, doing the fucking master of I'm like, this is so stupid. I'm having a ball.
What were your thoughts on the pizza guy?
He was fun. He's.
I could see it going hit or miss. Like it wasn't too much.
But he didn't do Pauly Shore. Like Pauly Shore is annoying. This guy was right on the cusp. He was kind of stupid, and he was like Bill and Ted. He was kind of stupid, kind of goofy, and I enjoyed that guy. I thought he was funny.
I still say we kill Will and his brother.
I say kill his brother, but don't kill Will.
Okay, that would make more like you could kill his brother, put him into a depression that causes the Mind Flayer to use that depression as his way to get into the real world.
But I feel like that's just aping what happened with Max. I like the idea of Will's brother, the white guy, I don't remember his name. He decides to, I've got to protect my brother. He dies, and Will's like, all right, breaks out of the shell that he's in, this kind of emotional cocoon that he's in, and just...
Turns out he has powers too.
Right? Like, but something. So Will can finally stand up for himself. That's what I'd like to see, but I love the character Steve, but he should die. He should be the one that everyone's like, oh, dude, we lost Steve. Like, remember all those idiots watching The Walking Dead? They were like, if Daryl dies, we riot. Daryl was one of the worst characters I've ever seen in a fucking TV show before. His brother, Meryl, is immensely more interesting.
It's true, yeah.
And then you watch Daryl, and he's so boring.
Yeah.
But Michael Rooker is so good in that role. And Norman Reedus, just no, dude. Like, it was he was good. I remember when you saw him in the first season, and you're like, okay, like I get it. He's going to be the bad guy, and then he turns into this like superhero, like Jack Bauer. It was so fucking dumb. But I'm getting off track. My point is, if Steve got wiped out, that would make people be like, oh shit, they really will wipe out.
You know what's happening next. This goes into my next question, but next season. The two get together, and that's part of whatever will happen to Will's brother, because Will's brother will be like, "What the? This is happening under my nose." Like,
a better question: how old are they going to be in the next season? Is it going to be schools ending? Because what it should be is they're going into college, because of the fucking age of them. But where do you think it's going to be? Oh, sorry. One thing I did want to point out that I was really impressed by.
Yeah, college would make sense.
Digital de-aging of 11 for the scenes where she's looking at herself in the mirror and she's
good.
That was impressive. I was really, really impressed by that.
You notice they didn't do much movement though for those.
No. Yeah. But also when her head is shaved, she's kind of a very generic looking little girl. So they just got a little girl who looks very much like her, and then they draw the face on. But I was really impressed by it. I was like, you know what, this is really good. And it didn't take you out of it. It looked real.
It's still in its infancy using that
digitally. It's certainly better than it fucking used to be. Remember in Tron Legacy when we got Jeff Bridges' Clue? Holy moly. Remember fucking X-Men 3, The Last Stand, when we got Picard?
But we will get to a point where you won't even be able to notice. And that's coming very soon. And
the deep fake is kind of weird, man.
And we're going to get to that point where people are warning and have been warning that they could just put your mom's face on some porn actress and say, oh, she did this with the president.
My mom did?
Yeah, any mom.
What about your mom?
Just your mom.
How about your mom and my mom together?
It doesn't matter that your mom's
doing
dead.
Stuff with the president.
It could have been before.
What about my mom dead now? So they're just like sprinkling ashes on the fucking screen, and they're like, "That's your mom."
Exactly, deep fake.
It's fucking ashes raining
from
above.
You get to choose. It goes into your question as well. You get to choose what happens next season.
What I would like to see happen next season is somebody gets possessed, preferably Will's brother, gets possessed with whoever the new bad guy they decide is going to be. And he gets possessed to the point that, okay, he takes out Steve. He kills Steve. And they're like, Jesus Christ, we're not going to be able to stop this. What do we do? And then what needs to happen is...
That can be the final battle, though.
No. That's got to be in the middle mark. That's got to be where they're like, holy shit, Steve's dead. The one that held us all together that we all loved is dead. What do we do? This is when Will has to stand up to his brother. He loves his brother, so he doesn't want to kill him, but he needs to kill him because his brother
just got him back.
Yep.
And yeah,
so he's got to kill his brother. 11 will try as hard as she can, but Will's brother knocks 11 down. 11's down for the count. She's going to die.
Powers don't do anything for emotions.
Will needs to stab him and kill him, and that's the end. And oh my goodness, Will's brother's dead. Steve is dead. 11's like, I tried my best. And she dies. The 4 original boys are still alive. Max is still alive, but everyone else is dead.
And they use the power of friendship
to bring 11 back to life, and they call her 12. But Max could die too. But I think it should end with just the original 4 boys. That's how everybody should get wiped out except those 4. And Hopper should get wiped out.
It obviously won't happen.
It won't, but it should, because that, in my opinion, survive. That is the show started. Remember them around the table playing Dungeons and Dragons? That's how it should end. You know, it should end with just our 4 key characters, much wiser, a little battle weary from what they've been through, but at least the 4 of them survive together.
I would like to see Your Way work, but in the end, have Will have to sacrifice himself with his brother, like have to take out his brother by sacrificing himself, and then it's the 3 with 11 at the end playing the role-playing game.
I'm 11'd out. I
know.
And I don't like the actress herself. I think she's a very mediocre actress.
You mean you don't watch her in that other Netflix series?
No. And I will never. I watched her in. She was in Godzilla, King of the Monsters. She was in that.
That wasn't much of a role.
And she's so generic in every movie. But regardless, I don't care about that character. I don't care about the actress.
Yeah,
I
was
no
a shoe-in in the last one, Godzilla Kong.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm here too. But she. I have no interest in where 11 goes. That's why whenever she would, I have a bad habit where I need to keep my phone down when I'm watching shows, because as soon as like 11 shows up, I'm like, and start looking at my phone. Oh, look, what's going on Reddit? I need to get out of that habit because I miss so much of the story, because I have zero interest in these characters. But if you want to know what's going on, you got to pay attention to their part of the story.
Yeah, out of 10, what would you rate this?
I had fun this season, not as much as previous seasons, but much better than last season. I'll give it that. Season 3 was a shit show.
And not as much as some of the other shows we're watching currently.
No, not at all. It's definitely in the bottom tier of the stuff we're watching. I go 7.5 out of 10.
That's a good rating.
7.5 11s out of 10.
Yeah, I would give it a 7.
7.5 11s?
7.5, 7-11.
7-11s out of 10.
Or even a Daisy Mart.
7-Eleven burger chains.
Maybe it's now.
Oh no,
Circle K.
Surfer Boy. out of 10.
Circle K out of 10.
Surfle boy.
Surfle boy.
Surfle boy.
They're just thinking we're having strokes. Like somehow it's both of us at the same time.
That's what what's going to happen. We're going to get our most views and like clear signs that you're having a stroke, and it's just our podcast episode.
Stranger Things, the stroke years. That was not.
That'll be a much different show if it's Stranger Things, the stroke years.
Netflix keeps on bringing it back. They're old now.
The stroke years.
Oh no, that's not what
stroke.
I was going old people, but yeah.
Why would you want to stroke old people? That's a fetish.
No.
That's a fetish, weirdo. Anyway,
Watching
this has been Rob and Phil for strokeandcomplain.com.
Now I gotta go register that one.